Hi Ray.
Hello.
Now I have to admit I am weirdly excited about this week's collectible.
Oh, me too. Well, actually I'm not weirdly excited. I'm quite excited about this collectible. We have here the Michonne Resin statue by McFARLANE Toys. This statue stands over 14 inches tall and depicts Michonne, a woman transformed by pain and loss, thrust into the role of a badass zombie warrior as she disposes of two of her would-be attackers. Each statue comes with a hand-signed certificate of authenticity by Todd McFarlane and is also hand-signed by the Walking Dead creator, Robert Kirkman.
That's really awesome.
It is.
It's great that this is the first character from the series to be immortalized in statue form.
I think so, yeah, definitely.
She's very fearless and quite lethal looking. She's got to be a fan favorite, right?
Ah, absolutely, yeah. She's that fearlessness you mentioned is depicted in this very dynamic sculpt. And look, I would say it's more of a diorama than a statue, though. You know how I like to invent a kind of a story to my pieces?
Yes.
I don't feel like I have to do that with this. I don't have to invent something before or after. It's already there before me in this, spectacular, pose. This moment perfectly captured in action. So yeah.
That's really cool. So what do you think of this particular piece, Ray?
Well, it's striking.
Yep.
There's no denying that. It's just this explosion of a scene before me it's instantly attractive, and it instantly sets it apart from any other statue that you might have on your shelf, which is a big plus. And I'm very, very impressed with the level of detail that's gone into it as well. From the sinewy, lifeless skin of the zombies bleeding from various wounds and the creased jeans that they're wearing, through to the texture and detail in Michonne's jacket and hair, it's all superbly crafted.
Yeah, and the colours are great too, lots of earthy tones. There's a reality to the sculpt. I love this splash of blood that extends out of the neck.
Yeah, it adds a gory kind of realism to that moment, doesn't it? I wouldn't be shining a light directly on it though, because it can get quite reflective, and then it gets that real plasticky sort of look as well. That said, the heads and the faces of all three characters look great as well, whether it be Michonne's hatred or the distress of her foe.
Don't you mean 4?
Yes? Yes! Of course, because if you have a look closer at the base, you'll see that there's another zombie already decomposing in the earth underneath this lovely detail of these leaves here. But that's not all there is to this sculpt, is it, Sonya?
No, it is not, because the clever people over at McFarlane have added an extra little bonus. A rotating base. This means that you can simply turn the statue however and whenever you want.
I love this small element of customization. Look, McFarlane are really throwing down the gauntlet to the other big players, I reckon, with this extra detail. It's a very exciting time to be a statue collector, I think, or a figure collector for that matter, because they're really pushing the envelope, going the extra mile. These big companies are trying to outdo each other, and they're working very, very hard for our attention, which I think it's great.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Michonne looks like one of those characters that if I could actually handle The Walking Dead, I would really, really like.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see who they immortalize next in statue form.
Maybe Rick Grimes?
Or the governor, I guess.
Maybe?
Yeah, I think if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you really should have something like this on your shelf. I mean, the question would be, who would you choose?
Which character, yeah.
Crazy. Look, it's wonderful. It's giving me the creeps, and I can't look at it any longer, but it's definitely a buy from me.
Well, I'm glad that you can overcome your fear to recognize the fine detail and craftsmanship in something like this. It's fantastic. Look, I wouldn't give it anything less myself. This sculpt is beautifully balanced, and the scene depicted, it sits nicely between believable action and something slightly superhuman. And I love the twisted, gnarled bodies of these zombies as they're falling, because it reflects a level of the research gone into the physics of that moment, which I really like. It's a buy from me. You reckon we should try some kind of reenactment of this diorama?
No.
What?
No.
We could put it on Instagram.
No, my zombie quota is full. I can't do
Come on, Alan, I will be the zombies.
No.
Stay and play.
No.
Stay and play.
No.
Stay and play.